So why should you want to have Mehudar tefillin? Sometimes people, they'll tell me, they say, a Megillah, I understand. A Torah, I understand. It's brought into the shul, into the synagogue. People see it, they ooh, they ah, wow, this is so beautiful, so nice. But a tefillin, it's rolled up, it's folded, it's put inside the boxes. A mezuzah, it's rolled up, it's put inside the case. Nobody sees it. Why does it matter how nice it is? And it's a great question. But you can ask that question about any mitzvah. About any mitzvah, why should you beautify the mitzvah? Why should you want to make a mitzvah nicer? I'll give you an example. Imagine your spouse or your mother asks you for a favor. I give the example about peeling potatoes because it's an easy one. Please, can you peel some potatoes for me? I'm going to make a potato kugel. Sure, I'll peel the potatoes for you. You peel them, and you leave the peels all over the floor, and you leave the potatoes on the table. And she turns around, she says, "Where's the potatoes?" And she sees the mess, and she sees the potatoes are all turning brown because you left them out there. The other way to do this is to, when you peel the potatoes, you take the peels, you put them in the garbage, you fill up a bucket of water, you put potatoes in the water so they don't turn brown. Which one of these scenarios do you think expresses more love to whoever is asking you to do this favor for them? Did you do it? Yes, you did it. Did you peel the potatoes? Yes, you peeled the potatoes. Did you say "I love you" the way you did it? Did you say this is how I'm expressing my connection and my love to you? I don't think anybody would argue to say that leaving peels all over the floor and leaving the potatoes to turn brown is a way of expressing my love and my devotion to my spouse. The same thing with any mitzvah. When we perform a mitzvah and we do it in the most beautiful way that we can do it, that shows our devotion, our love, our connection to Hashem. And yes, it is harder. It is harder because nobody sees it. And in fact, that's one of the challenges. And sometimes people, they tell me, they say, listen, because nobody sees it, it's just, nobody knows what's inside the tefillin. I know and Hashem knows. Because nobody sees it, I don't have to be the fanciest person. I don't want people to think that I have a beautiful Megillah, they start looking at me, oh, look how special he is. A Megillah I'll get more simple, more pashut, more simple, basic. There's other reasons a Megillah is not like a mitzvah that you need to wear every day. There's other, reasons why that would also be permissible. But because nobody sees it, this is how I know Hashem knows that this is how I'm expressing my love to Hashem, that I'm going to get the most beautiful tefillin to wear every day. And I'm telling you, when you get those beautiful pair of tefillin, I know myself from experience. My father got me a nice pair of tefillin by my bar mitzvah, but there was nicer, and I have since then upgraded my tefillin. And every day when I wear my tefillin, I feel like I got my tefillin from one of my top from that I'm buying from, Parshios. And like I tell people, sometimes we go through troubles in our lives, and one of the things that's encouraged to do is to check the tefillin, because tefillin is, so to speak, the telephone wire between us and Hashem. It's the connection. We connect to Hashem through the mitzvahs. And sometimes there could be a cut in the wire or a broken cable or something that doesn't let the energy come from us to Hashem. And so when people go through difficult times, one of the things we do is we check the tefillin to make sure everything's in order. The straps are kosher, the box is kosher, the writing is kosher. Sometimes the problem is not the tefillin. Sometimes the problem is us. We're just not refined enough. We're not working on ourselves enough. We're too coarse. We need to refine ourselves. And I like to tell people, I say, listen, at least with me, I know that if I'm having an issue with anything that I don't feel like I'm connected to Hashem, I know it's not my tefillin. My tefillin are beautiful. My tefillin are Mehudar. The line is strong. The connection between me and Hashem is strong. I know it's me, that I have to work on myself. You have that feeling like, when you put on the tefillin, you just, I want to connect to Hashem. I know that I'm able to connect to Hashem, and I'm on a very, very deep and very, very strong level, because I know that my tefillin, I have the best vehicle to take me to my destination. That's what I have. And I say vehicle, but I actually do compare tefillin to a car sometimes. The ritzuos, the straps, I like to compare to let me back up. There's three components to the tefillin. You have the Parshios, the Batim, and the ritzuos. The Parshios, which is the text, nobody sees it. It's hidden. I like to compare that to a car, like it has an engine. The engine is under the hood. The Batim, which houses the Parshios, I compare it to the body of the car. And the Ritzuos, I compare it to the tires of the car. Now, the reason why I compare it to these different components of the cars is there's a lot of comparisons. In some ways, they're the same. In many ways, they're the same. In some ways, they're not. So how is it the same? It's when I talk about the purchasing a pair of tefillin, people ask me, they say, is this going to last me my entire life? And I say, well, yes, if you take care of it, it will last you the entire life. And I say I tell them it's like a car. You know, the engine is like the Parshios. It's under the hood. It's housed inside the body of the car, just like the Parshios are inside the bottom. The engine is inside the body of the car. The body of the car and the engine will last you the life of the car. The Ritzuos, however, like tires on a car, they have to be changed. Lahavdil, you know, like tires on a car, they have to be changed every couple of years. They don't last forever. So, and like a engine of a car, you know, it's not just important to have good tires and a good bottom and good body. You need to make sure you have a good, powerful engine in there. And inside a pair of tefillin, a good, powerful engine, that's the Parshios. If you have bottom and Ritzuos, but a Parsha inside that's puzzle, it's like having an engine in there that's dead, that doesn't do anything. The car's not going to drive. It's not going to move. So it's important to have good Mehudar, beautiful Parshios, or rev that engine. The Parshios will stay beautiful so long as you maintain them every couple of years, get them checked, make sure that they don't age without being fixed along the way. The bottom are like the body of the car. It gets a little ding here, a little ding there, but it can be fixed. It can be worked out, and it will last the duration of the tefillin of your life. But the Ritzuos have to be changed every couple of years. So like that's the idea, and everybody understands the importance to have, and going back to the engine, everybody understands the importance of having a healthy and a strong engine. Give it an oil check every couple of years, and you have to do an oil change every now and then. Same thing with the Parshios, they need to be checked every now and then just to maintain it and make sure that they are going to stay strong and going to stay beautiful. And when it comes to buying a pair of tefillin, once somebody's able to come to terms with buying a kosher pair of tefillin, which is going to be quite a bit more than you'll find in Judaica stores and gift shops and Amazon, eBay, whatever. Once you come to terms with buying your son or yourself a kosher pair of tefillin, the difference between a kosher pair of tefillin and, let's say, a beautiful pair of tefillin, it could vary between $500 and $1,000, let's say. Whatever the prices of tefillin are, the difference is between a good kosher set and a beautiful kosher set could be, let's say, $1,000. If this is a tefillin which you're buying for your son or your grandson, or even if it's a tefillin which you're buying for yourself, the lifespan for a pair of tefillin could easily be 75 years, assuming that they're taken care of properly, they're not left in the sun and cars and all those things. I see tefillin which are 70 years old all the time. I see it, and sometimes they're in good condition, sometimes they're not, but it is possible for tefillin to last that long. People wear the same tefillin from their bar mitzvah till their 80s, and Mirz Hashem till 120. But let's say you're spending that extra $1,000 for 75 years of use, and if you're already 80 years old and you only have another 40 years left of your life, then that years will carry on to let's say the next generation. Children and grandchildren can inherit the tefillin. If you take that $1,000 and you spread it over 75 years, I did the math. You're looking at 27 cents a week, a little bit over $1 a month, to wear and fulfill a beautiful pair of tefillin and to fulfill the mitzvah on the most beautiful and highest level. If the upgrade only costs $500, then it's half that. I mean, put things into perspective. How many times do we buy a coffee without thinking about it? That could cover 6 months of beautiful Mehudar tefillin. Now, if you're looking to buy a pair of tefillin for yourself, maybe to upgrade your tefillin, or perhaps you just don't have a pair of tefillin and you're looking to buy a pair of tefillin, and you understand and you appreciate and you want to buy a Mehudar pair of tefillin, but you just can't bite the bullet. You need a little push to encourage you to take the leap, so to speak, and just get yourself what you want, which is a beautiful and Mehudar pair of tefillin. If you realize this and you think about it, then the longer you push off buying the tefillin, the more it's going to cost you. The sooner you have it, the sooner you start reaping the benefits of wearing a beautiful Mehudar pair of tefillin, the cheaper, the less it's going to cost you. Okay? Because you're owning it for a longer period of time, and you can divide that cost of the, difference in the cost of the pair of tefillin over a longer period of span of time. I mean, what do we own that we can safely say will be here till our end of days? Our clothes that we wear? No. Our cars? No. Shoes? No. Appliances last a couple of years. There's not very many things that we can buy right now that we could safely say we will have this tefillin, till our end of the days. Tefillin is one of them. You buy a pair of tefillin now, it will last you your entire life. So when you buy a pair of tefillin, you have to see it as not just something that you buy now and you have to buy again next year and again next year, or you buy it now and it's going to last 3 years. This is something that you make the investment. You make the investment once, it will last you. Mitzvah Hashem, take care of it, treat it with respect, treat it properly. Watch my video, how to properly take care of maintaining your tefillin. You will have these tefillin for the rest of your life. And like I always tell people, I never met anybody who regretted buying a beautiful Mehudar pair of tefillin. In fact, it's the other way around. I always meet people in the supermarket here or there, say, oh, I just got my tefillin checked. The sofer said they were beautiful. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity of fulfilling a mitzvah on the most beautiful Mehudar level. Who on their deathbed says, oh my, why did I spend money on the tefillin to buy a Mehudar pair of tefillin? Why did I do that? I don't think anybody does that. So when we think about what's important in life and what we're able to spend our money on, the tefillin is definitely one of those things which should definitely, take a top priority in our lives. So again, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, subscribe. If you like this video, give the video a thumbs up, and I'll see you on my next video. Another video coming out real soon, and stay tuned.